Today I'm going to be talking about how I made the production behind the song Good Friend by Caroline. When Caroline first sent the song to me, I got so excited, dude. The verses were so groovy and the chorus was so upbeat and fun. It's quite a departure from the normal, like, devastating sad girl indie music that we make. And this is, I think, my favorite song off of the EP that we're working on right now. It's very fun to play live. I'll say that. If you enjoy this kind of content, like you want to see how I make more songs like this, I'd be more than happy to spend the time in making these videos. Just let me know. And let me know how you think this should be improved, because this is my first video of this sort. So, without all that yada yada, let's get into it, yeah? So we started with the bass line because that was the first thing I heard. I knew I wanted the verses to be kind of stripped back, just be bass and drums. And so I had this little groove going on. This bass is out of tune, so don't judge me for that, but whatever. It sounds like this. And what you'll notice I'm doing there is, for the first piece of the bass, it's just recorded DI, like my bass straight into my interface, and I'm splitting it up so that the lower frequencies, the sub frequencies, are just sub, and then the rest of everything above, I think 100 hertz is where I split it off, is distorted. It's got this chorus on it to make it wider and bigger. I really started playing with this when we recorded reruns, and I really like this technique. It's like kind of similar to, in live sound, we have this thing where it's like the crossover, where you're sending certain things to the main speakers and then you're sending some things to the subs. Same kind of idea, but implemented for bass, and I was really happy with it. So after we did that, we just started recording some guitars and stuff, built a demo. Really happy with the way the guitar sounded on this record, and we had a lot of fun playing with some automation of stuff, with like different filters going up and down and stuff like that, and that's where you get stuff like this. Like and like the pre-chorus, we took a filter and just swept it up. Another fun thing I do a lot is I'll layer guitars. So I'm playing guitars like 4 times for the chorus. Play the same part 4 times, and I change the settings on like my pedals and my amp and everything to make them super wide and feel a little bit different so that you get different imaging. It's better than just copying and pasting. So this is what the guitars in the chorus sound like. Cool, right? But then I also learned this little trick from Blink-182, and what they do is they take a super saw, which is a kind of synth engine, and you do arpeggios of the chords that you're playing, where it's like in triplets. And I do this a lot to layer with my guitars. It's really quiet, but it adds this little sizzle on top that makes the guitars feel more full, more exciting, more like electric, and it's in there too. So this is what it sounds like on its own. On its own, it kind of sounds dumb, but when you put it with the guitars, it sounds pretty cool. Yeah, so at this point we've covered that we did the bass the way we did the guitars the way we did, we got that synth for some of that high-end sizzle, but we were missing some low mids, like right between where the bass was living and where the guitars were living, and we were also missing some of the really low sub. And so for the choruses, I added a couple things. I added a Moog synth, which was covering some of that low mid frequencies, and I added my signature sub thing that I made in Serum. And I think it sounds pretty cool. Here's what the Moog sounds like on its own, because I think it's kind of cool. It's just the like Arturia mini Moog replica thing that I got for free when I got my keyboard. I don't know. I thought that was pretty neat. I came up with that part in Portland Brew. And then I just copied that MIDI information and I put it into the sub that I have, and that's what it sounds like. Just a sub. And then I had the Moog. Yeah. Once we had a working demo, and this is typically how Caroline and I work together and how I've been doing projects recently, is I'll have that, and then I'll take, you got your mid-range elements, you got your bass, you got everything kind of lined up and feeling good. I take that over to my buddy Wyatt's garage, and Wyatt Swaim's the drummer that I work with most frequently, and he's got this set up in there, and we recorded drums in his garage. He's just really good. It doesn't take a whole lot. I played with some of like pocketing a few things, and I fixed like a few little spots. I tried adding samples to it, but it really wasn't doing it, and the sounds were good anyway. So it's just a lot of EQ and compression and adding reverb where it feels right. One of Caroline and I's favorite memories while making this song was coming up with the bridge. Originally, I just had this re-space that was kind of playing the root note of the chords, and it felt cool to strip it back, but it just wasn't cutting it. And so Caroline referenced the song by Boley. I forget what song it was, but I can put it up on the screen. And they were playing with some mellotrons and stuff, and that gave me the idea to use mellotrons and start playing with some synthy elements for the bridge. And the bridge really came together in a matter of like 30 minutes at like midnight in my old apartment. And guitars sound the same as they do in the chorus, same kind of situation, but this gets to my favorite part of the song. And it's the like transition between the bridge and the last chorus. When Caroline first sent me the song, I think I already mentioned this, we were already recording reruns. I wanted to drop reruns and start recording this, but Caroline said, no, let's finish reruns first, which was a good decision, because then what happened was we played the song live a few times, and we really got to know the arrangement of the song really well. And we have this drummer, Grace Goodman, one of my great friends. Love you, Grace. She came up with this idea for stopping at the end of the bridge and hitting on the 2 of the chorus or whatever. And it just adds so much energy, so much punch, and it's my like favorite, like the hits in the last chorus are my favorite pieces of the song. And Grace Goodman came up with all of them. And then we took that like live recording from when we did it live, and I showed it to Wyatt, and he nailed it. And so that's what this sounds like, and that's where that came from. What can I say? What can I say? Anyway, now let's talk about some vocals. Me and Caroline spend a lot of time on vocals. For this song, I remember the session was like 7 hours trying to get all of these vocals down. And that's not because it takes a lot of time to get a good take, because Caroline can pretty consistently get any vocal part within 2 or 3 takes. The reason this one took a lot longer is because there's a lot of stacks, and we played with a lot of different ideas. One of our favorite ideas being the outro. And in the outro, she's doing like a different version of the chorus words, just like a different melody. And what we did was we recorded all of these harmonies, and they're all kind of equally loud to each other, and I put like pitch correction on each of them and like hard tuned them, so it almost sounds vocoder-ish. And then I chopped them up so that it was inhumanly perfect, so it feels like this kind of dance like situation. If I solo it, I know it's getting bad because I'm not at home. Touch me like that, but you'll never know just how I talk about it. You don't get to have this. That's the outro. That's Caroline's favorite part. Might be one of my favorite parts too. It's really kind of exciting because I think it adds a lot to the song. And you're not expecting it. You hear it at the end, and I was talking to my buddy Sam, and he was like, man, I want that to happen earlier in the song. I'm like, well, gotta listen to the song again. Gotta listen all the way through. Listen to it again. So that was the decision we made. But those kinds of harmonies happen throughout the song too, in the choruses. So I'll show you kind of what the choruses sound like. We got main vocals, we got doubles, we got harmonies on harmonies on harmonies, we got BGVs, we got those like outro like call and response things happening within the verse too that I chopped up. A lot is happening. I know it's getting bad cause I'm not at home. Touch me like that, but you'll never know how I talk about it. You don't get to have this.
And no, it's funny when I see you and the sun is out. We're laughing like it's nothing that we're making out, but I'm not scared of how this ends.
We have a lot of fun when it comes to vocal production, obviously. There's a lot of experimentation involved. The vocal's the most important part to me. If the vocal's not there, the song's not there. And especially with the kind of music that Caroline makes. And so it's always where we spend most of our time, most of our budget, most of everything is making sure that vocal's right. So yeah, that's the song. That's Good Friend by Caroline Carter. If you enjoyed this video and if you want to see how I made more videos, please let me know how I can improve upon this content and help you guys more. And if you have any other questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. And yeah, the whole yada yada, like, subscribe, helps me out. But till next time, I hope you guys have a lovely day.